I flew over 20 hours to speak here for just 2 whole minutes. So you better believe that I'm really excited about our startup TrueFoundry. As the Director of Developer Platform Engineering, my team manages a cutting-edge development platform that runs on Kubernetes that makes it really easy to build and deploy scalable applications. But what happens when even the most resilient applications unexpectedly crash? Nobody wants to be the one that gets woken up at 2 a.m. to resolve a crash loop backoff error. But thanks to TrueFoundry, we integrated an AI support agent that enables our developers here in India to resolve those kinds of issues themselves, while our SMEs back in the US get to stay nice and cozy in their beds while they dream up the next great features they're going to release for us. And that's just one example of the power that TrueFoundry delivers. Now, to tell you more, I'd like to bring up one of the founders of TrueFoundry, Anurag Gudgudia.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for co-founder and CEO of TrueFoundry, Anurag Gudgudia.
Hello, everyone. Great to be here and very excited. And thanks to the entire NetApp team, the Accelerator team, and the IT team for supporting us. So everyone in this world is building agents. The entire life cycle of enterprises are going to be redefined by workflows that will be agentified in the future. Starting from sales, marketing, IT infra management, anything that you think of will be agentified. And building agents is not easy. What does it take? So when you think of agents, agents themselves need 5 components to bring them to life. First is models. Every day we see new models being released, whether it's OpenAI, Llama 3, etc. And you need an ability to be able to toggle across those models and manage it on your infrastructure. You need MCP servers, which are a very core component of your agent building system. At the same time, you need to interface with prompts and a way to manage them. Professor Rupesh alluded to ethics, and therefore you need guardrails to bring about the safety to manage your agents. And lastly, tomorrow you will have multi-agent systems where you will need agents that will communicate with these agents. So first of all, this itself is very complex. At the same time, this needs to run on your Kubernetes stack, which is managed by the engineering team. And the Kubernetes stack is something that exists, needs a lot of effort to manage, and ensure that it does not break, to point that Robert mentioned. Both this combined make it a complex problem, and it becomes even more compounded as newer GPUs are released, newer guardrails, newer mechanisms of safety are released. So what we see is a lot of enterprises start building the proof of concepts, and there are billions that have been spent on it. But the moment you have to put them into production, people start facing issues. And ultimately, the resolution cycles of these issues are longer. You raise DevOps tickets, you go set up meetings with them, you fix them. There's developer and engineering effort being spended to kind of solve this problem. And this is the same challenge that we were seeing within NetApp, where the developers within NetApp were raising issues and tickets, and it was taking longer to resolve them. And there is a way in which this could be completely agentified. And this is the scale we were talking about and working with Robert's team on. And this is just one piece of the puzzle. If you think about it, there are so many different agents that can be built. And to build this and manage this over an existing stack requires deep integration to the Kubernetes stack, requires the support of the 5 components we talked about, and requires a central control plane through which this can be managed. And ultimately, you can unlock magic where the agents itself can manage the infrastructure. So with that, I'd like to introduce TrueFoundry. Our goal is to become the central control plane for managing generative AI within an enterprise. And the way we do it is by solving for those 2 major pain points. So on the left, you see we have our AI gateway offering. What it does is it brings all the components of an agent at one place. So imagine you interact with payment providers, right? Like you have a payment gateway. You don't go and interface with MasterCard, Visa, Paytm, GPay. You go to a payment provider and it takes care of whatever the type of payment method is, it kind of unifies that. Similarly, the gateway unifies across models and gives you the observability, the ability to put governance and the analytics on top of that for models, MCP servers, and all the components. And at the same time, as you are building agents, you need this to be deployed on your infrastructure in a scalable way, in a reliable way, which is what the deployment platform allows and orchestrates over your Kubernetes environment within your VPC so that no data flows out. Let's take a look at the system in itself. So this is the live demo where you see clusters being managed. You see the cost breakdown of the system. The AI gateway where you have multiple models that are connected, and you can interface with them. You can bring models across providers. You can chat with them by changing various settings. You have a playground where you can experiment with them. And you can ensure that it runs in the right latency. And you can also integrate MCP servers, as you see right now. And these MCP servers can enable tool calling to build agents that enable you to do complex tasks at a fraction of a second. And you can then work and use it compatible to various prompts, change prompts, and ensure that this is also passed on to other folks in the team. And then you can publish your agent app, similar to the kind of apps that people are building. This can be fetching your own internal API, like in NetApp, it's the Net AI chat, and the front end could be something else. And you get full monitoring, observability over everything that you do in your agent space so that you can put controls, you can put guardrails, you can put observability, and you can put reliability so that even if one model goes down, there is no way that the system is hampered. So this is all the metrics. And finally, at a later point, you might want to trace it out, see where the latency came from, see what went wrong, go and debug it, and that can be automated. So yeah, these are the various configurations that allow for those. So with that, just wanted to give a snapshot of the system. So with this system, it allows you to have a central control plane that can speed up the entire GenAI delivery in any company by 10 folds. And we are already seeing this in action. So the NetApp infrastructure team have built the NetApp Kubernetes management agent that Robert alluded to. It is built and shipped by the team using TrueFoundry. And the goal that this agent does is whenever applications get stuck and developers want to debug it, it provides the self-service platform so that they don't have to go and raise tickets and wait for weeks to kind of it getting resolved, but instead they can directly resolve this via the chat agent. And the infrastructure team can focus on improving the experience and providing the other pieces of infrastructure and on creative work rather than just resolving these manual tickets. And the value that TrueFoundry added was the team was able to ship this in a few weeks. They were able to put the right guardrails for MCP servers and AI models. And there is full monitoring. And all of this happened within the NetApp environment that they had. Not only NetApp, but we have seen other companies. NVIDIA is one of our customers. And NVIDIA has shipped a cluster observability agent. What it does is imagine the compute utilization of NVIDIA clusters. It helps detect the logs, look at it, automatically improve the reliability and optimization of these clusters. Even 1% improvement in utilization can mean a lot for the entire revenues of NVIDIA. CVS Pharmacy has 10,000 plus stores in US. Today, when you call a CVS Pharmacy store, what it does is it looks at your context, looks at your insurance from Aetna, and it gives you the contextual data to be able to see if the drug is correspondingly available in the store. If not, is there any other drug that is available? Is it covered by your insurance? And that entire thing can happen by the interactive voice response system that is built and deployed on TrueFoundry, running at a 500 million user scale. MasterCard has built an LLM as a service, which is used to power the AI applications that MasterCard will be building, and that is also deployed on TrueFoundry. And then we have a multitude of customers across industries, Comcast, Synopsys, which are taking and building these AI applications and putting them into production at scale with reliability. And this is the team that makes it possible. I'd love to call the team Vedant, Nikhil, Akash, Ashish, and others. And also the NetApp IT team here with Naveen, Kishan, Robert, please come over. And also the entire accelerator team with Naveen, Hema, Ananya, and others. So we could not have been here without them. I think they have really helped us speed up the entire journey, get us into the right calls to get us to the POCs. And then Robert's team and the others have been really grateful to work closely with us to kind of get to the POC, actually take it to success, prove value so that it can actually be adopted at scale. Thank you so much again for everyone at NetApp and our own team here. And with this, I wanted to just call out that, as we are thinking of agent, this was just one of the use cases, but there are amplitude of enterprise workflows that will be redefined by agents. And tomorrow, like people are thinking today of 5 agents, every enterprise is going to have thousands of these agents that are running in production, and TrueFoundry wants to be the layer that becomes the central control plane for enabling it. And if you'd like to kind of learn more about us or work, here is the QR code. Please scan. You can reach out to any of our team members as well. And at the same time, we kind of offered a proof of value in which we actually deploy our system within your infrastructure, and you can test the actual value that it adds. So if that is of interest, please let us know. Really appreciate, and thank you so much.